Hey there, awesome art students. This is Michael Tonis, your drawing instructor, helping you learn how to draw the things you want to draw. And I know a lot of you want to draw Angry Birds. So in this lesson, we're going to draw Silver right here from Angry Birds 2. Angry Birds 2 is the sequel to the biggest mobile game of all times, and this video is sponsored by Rovio, creators of Angry Birds 2, so that you could learn how to draw this awesome character. So I want to give them special thanks for making it possible to bring you this drawing lesson. The game just celebrated its first birthday, and if you've been watching the other Angry Birds drawing lessons I've been doing, I'm trying to get through level 21. So one of the awesome things about Angry Birds 2 is that you have new capabilities, new things you can do, and one of them are these awesome new spells. I'm going to choose the Snowflake spell. I haven't used that yet. And you get to choose from your cards what you throw. And I'm going to start by throwing Matilda here. I'm in level 1 of, and this is a multi-stage level, so I got to make it through all 3 stages of this to get on to level 22. So I'm going to toss Matilda and drop an egg, and I dropped it on the house, and that didn't work. So I need to be more careful. But you see the fans over here, you got wind blowing there. Sometimes you got bouncers and bumpers, and there's awesome boss pigs to defeat. You can challenge other players. Just a whole new range of exciting things you can do in this game. And I'm going to tap it there. And I've concluded that it is either I'm not very good at this game or I just can't talk and play. Which I've been able to work my way through these levels. But while I'm trying to talk to you and do it at the same time, I'm not doing so well. And so now let's try the Snowflake. Pretty awesome here. Boom, and then it destroys, I hope, that down there. It didn't destroy it. Okay, come on, Chuck. You're my only hope, my last hope. And he just shot off the screen. So here I am. I'm still on this level. So it might take me a while to get through it. We better get started with the drawing lesson and learn to draw Silver. So let's draw Silver from Angry Birds 2. Silver's head is kind of shaped like, I don't know, like a big bowl. Something like that right there. Except that, it's rounded off up here. And over here we've got some stuff that sweeps out here. We're just going to draw a big point like that. And then it sweeps down. This is loosely what we've got here. Something like that. And then you've got this bowl right here. This is like this bowl right here. So that's sort of the beginning of Silver's head. And what you can do then is if you take this main part, this main bowl, and you sort of divide it up like this. Kind of divide that in half roughly from here to here. Like that. Well, that's a lot of sketching there. Hold on a second. Divide it roughly in half right there. Then what you've got is you've got sort of the basis for drawing the eyes in, location, and if you divide it like that. So if we divide the bowl in this top part of the head, here, let me erase a little bit of that. Kind of work on that shape a little bit. If we divide that right there, then we can start placing different elements. And one of those would be this eye right here. And what we're going to have for the eyebrows is we're going to have a shape something like this right here. Very different than some of the other characters, like Red and Chuck and Bomb. Their eyebrows are very rectangular, whereas Silver here has just much more sweeping eyebrows. And then the eye, that's going to loop down right here like this. Very swoopy. And inside there, I'm going to have an oval iris, or oval pupil, I'm sorry. with a highlight right there. Okay, and then also part of this eye, he's got his face feathers here. Do a triangle, come up off of that, and then right here, hook that down slightly, and then sweep up to a point, and then sweep back down, and then sweep up again, and angle out. That's going to help us place that other eye. You've got like a W right here. Okay, so for the other eye, we're going to tuck a pupil right in here, and we're going to sweep out eye and an eyebrow right here. Alright, so now we've got the beak to work on right in the middle here, and his beak is going to sit right in here. Hold on, let's sweep this down all the way to the bottom here, like that. Then come off the middle of this eye and sweep that down like that. And now we can check against the lower part of his eye. That's about where the middle of his beak is going to be. So we'll curve this way, and then we'll sweep down to a point, and then we'll draw up and around, something like that, right there. And then we'll come up a little hump right here, and back over. Back over all the way down to here, like that. And then down here, a little sort of half moon. And then down from this eye, we've got a sweep here, goes off the side. That's going to be the opposite of this. And like the opposite of that, a sweep right there. So now we can go ahead and put that little iris right there, and we can refine the edge of his head. Personally, I think Silver is the hardest of all the Angry Bird 2 characters to draw. Sweep that around like that, and as we come up here, we can hook back down and in on that. And we'll come out and hook a little more. Another second feather here. And then down like that. And that's basically him right there. So let's go ahead and ink him in. We can make some corrections as we go. Alright. So I'm going to start with the pupils. Leaving a highlight. Like that right there. And let's see here, we'll go ahead and bring this down and angle down right there. And we'll do this eyebrow right there. And it almost comes over and touches the edge right there. Now we're going to sweep down this roundness of this eye right there. And also same thing here on this eye. And this eyebrow. Okay, and now more of his face markings. Again, that next to the beak sweeps all the way up there. And then down here. And continues all the way down here. And then we've got that little piece right there, which is the opposite of that one. So now for his beak. Nice sharp pointy beak. Like that. Alright, now let's sweep this big long curve here. So we just running out of battery power on the droid. Down here, around here. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, down around like that. And over here, we've got a couple of feathers that I forgot to put in. There's a shape. Kind of angles out like this. And it comes out down steep like this. Cuts back in. And in there, there's 2 feathers like this. So 1 and 2. Just like that. And I could see that those are black, so I'm going to go ahead and shade those in with a black Sharpie, and I'm going to go ahead and shade in these eyebrows. And I have a line here that I still need to draw, and one here that comes over and cuts down like that. Alright, so you can see from the character drawing that there's some shading. Comes over here and cuts down here and cuts across right here. Alright, let's clean up some of our construction lines. And we'll get to coloring silver. Alright, so we definitely need a gray. Got a couple of different gray markers, one of which will be right for him, I hope. Okay, I'm going to use this one for his main body. So we'll continue coloring silver by shading his darker areas. Right in here and right in here. And I'm thinking we might need something even a little darker than that, so let me see if I have an even darker gray. That's almost black. Right there, and let's give his beak a base color of yellow. A little bit here on this beak, and we'll come back with a yellowish orange. And for his main beak there, front part of his beak, let's get in some red. He's got like a highlight on there, which probably needs to be a little more orange. Maybe more orange than that. Let's see, that was yellow, something like that. And there you have Silver from Angry Birds 2. Thanks so much for watching. So you just finished drawing an awesome Angry Birds character. Be sure and check out the other lessons with the links here in the video and on our How to Draw and Paint channel. And again, special thanks to Rovio. And if you haven't gotten the game yet, click the link in the description below to download Angry Birds 2 for free, and you can enjoy the awesome graphics and awesome features of this new game. Thanks for watching, thanks to Rovio, and you guys have a happy time drawing and gaming.